we used to track a lot, I would say, separately, the churn, the retention, which are the basics KPI. We are more turning about trying to have an overall and single KPI, which is MRR.
So monthly recurring revenue, yeah.
Exactly, which is taking into account at the same time the renewals, the downsells, the upsells, and the churn, because we think this is what reflects the most all the activities around the customers. Another KPI, obviously, we're looking at from the customer success, the care teams or our support teams, is the NPS, the ratio, the contact ratio. And what we are looking at implementing right now is what we call a customer health score, which is defining some of those KPIs as the MAR, the contact ratio, potentially the CSAT, the NPS, which would be an addition of various KPI to try to define what's the customer health score. The idea behind that is we are more looking into mitigating the risk than mitigating the churn. So our concern is really about how do we prevent risk before, as soon as we can act on it. So we also, despite the KPIs, it's also all the action plans, the pipeline review that we are setting up with the teams. Each quarter, at the beginning of the quarter, we are reviewing all the account at risk, but also making sure that we have an appropriate action plan for each account or for each kind of risk, and also set analysis on the churn reasons. So that's really something that we try to dig into all those KPI in order, again, not necessarily obviously reducing the churn, but more trying to take advance on that and mitigate the risk.
So something that we use it's really our North Star is what we call the self-service score. So it's a ratio. So it's a ratio which shows how much content has been consumed versus the number of users that have created a ticket, so that they have contacted our support team. So it's really a division of number, let's say, views of articles and all the other great stuff that we have, and divided by the unique number of users who have created a ticket. So, fortunately for us, it has been increasing, so that's great news. And then we break it down by platform to figure out what is the specific engagement for each one of those platforms that we offer. And also what we check is, so this is divided by the number of users that contact us, so it's linked to operational efficiency, so that we can decrease that, like it's ticket deflection. And then what we start looking into more right now, but it's not something that we have really, I don't have the numbers because we haven't really got the actions just yet, but it would be really all about the activation. So activation and adoption, and looking at the cohorts of, let's say, the percentage of onboarded users that have been followed by a person or that have been followed by the system. So it's to see, and then with that to link, their MRR or the number of users they have, the number of actions they have done, etc. So we really like to separate those into cohorts and see how they have been valuable also to us as a company. So.